Hello everybody, this is Matias de Jesus and welcome to what used to be known as the We Love Sprint vlog. Because of the name change of my group page on Facebook, we are now known as Unlimited Sprint Nation. This is vlog number 6. It is the same page, we just changed the name. We got several topics to discuss about today. We'll be talking about the NASCAR app Woes, give a little insight on the Mobile World Conference, on the decision of the FCC to saying no to this network's request to put a halt to the review of the Softbank Sprint acquisition because of probable Sprint acquisition of Sprint of Clearwire as well. WebOS was sold to LG and tolling galore and wait to the finale. Alright, first of all, the name change. Thank you for everybody who voted. And I'm very proud to say that you guys rock. Because it was tight between Sprint Assistant page and Unlimited Sprint Nation, which was my choice for the rename. And to keep it within the spring theme, the other name was pretty nice. They were all nice names. Even the joke name by Frankie, or whoever gave that name of Spring Elite customers. Alright. I want to thank you all for voting. And also, I want to thank you for all the feedback that you guys been giving me for the past couple of months. And I'm also open to take more feedback because I want to make that group page a lot better. Currently, the page is you have to request and be a member in order to view the topics and stuff that we discuss about. The reason I keep it that way is because there have been a major trolling infestation, and some of them are trying to get into the group, and I'm afraid that we do have them all. We'll get to that later on. Also, alright, that's taken care of. We're gonna talk about the woes of the NASCAR 13 app. As you all know, when the app was launched, many Sprint Crew subscribers were getting this message that they have to pay $24.95 or $24.99 to get access to all the feeds and video. That was a glitch of the app itself. It was corrected within a few days, and some people are still having problems not getting to hear the feeds of the in-car feeds and get some video. Unfortunately, that could be server issues at NASCAR's end or whatever. But I do hope the Spring push their feet down and get the app developer and NASCAR to fix this issue as soon as possible, because it's getting ridiculous. Alright, Mobile World Conference. I'm gonna wait until it's done, and I'm gonna do a special vlog in regards to this and see what devices are announced, and hopefully get some feedback of what devices you would like to see. I'm interested on a few ones. And to say things, I am interested to see what Nokia has in store for the CDMA carriers in the US. Because pretty much they've been releasing the high-end top devices to GSM carriers, and honestly they're going against the tide. It's not surprising because they just don't like CDMA technology. They are the kings of GSM, as pretty much is obvious, but they're gonna have to cater to the majority US carriers, and Sprint is included in that list, and it should be at the top priority of carriers that should be added to their affiliates, or their partners as they call it. Alright, let's talk about, let me give you my insight of what I think about the FCC decision to halt these networks a request to put a halt to the review of Softbank and Sprint acquisition. Softbank's transaction to buy 70% of Sprint's stock, and hopefully Sprint acquiring the remaining stock of Clearwire. This pretty much says that this network will not be allowed to purchase either stock of either one of them, especially for the Clearwire thing, because this network does not have the financial backup to do so. Even though there are some stockholders at Clearwire which are in a minority, same as the Nextel issue, that they will not get their way. Unfortunately, Clearwire is not an international company, so they don't have the choice of going to international court, as it happened with the Nextel acquisition, the Sprint acquisition of Nextel of USA. And pretty much this puts Sprint and SoftBank's on schedule to proceed with the transaction by summertime, as people have been expecting in the business world. Business experts have been saying that for months. It's not gonna stop now. That's my take on that. All right. Next subject. It seems like WebOS is still wants to be relevant in the world of mobile technology. As we all know today, LG acquired everything that is related to WebOS, including their open source, from HP. LG has been very clear that they will use the WebOS operating system for their TV sets coming next year. It has no intentions of releasing mobile devices with the platform, which pretty much puts an end to an era. And it is sad to see a platform that had a lot of potential gone to crap because of stupid ownership. At a time when HP acquired Palm, the management and the board of directors were a fucking joke. I don't know why HP is selling it now, when they had the opportunity to sell it 2 years ago and let somebody take care of the problem. I am betting that it has to do with current pending litigation against Sprint. As you all know, I still stand by my words of what I said in my editorial on the page this morning. HP had legal issues with Sprint in regards to the contract they acquired from Palm, and they did not want to deal with Sprint due to their problems they had in the past with Sprint in terms of support and quality of products they provided, including that PDA phone that was a complete failure. Not because of Sprint, it was because of HP not supporting or not giving the proper support of their products. I got a feeling that eventually, if they have litigation, they're going to have to settle it. Because LG is not going to deal with something they just purchased the intellectual rights and the source code and the programming codes for WebOS, not what used to be the entire company of Palm, as HP did. And also gives a death to one of Mobile Nation's most notorious sites. Do you guys remember the Press Central trolling infestation blaming Sprint for it was actually HP's problems? I do remember those. The day they announced that WebOS was dead in the US, Michael Britton and I, and may Michael Britton's soul rest in peace, we knew that if they started a new continue this infestation, we were gonna have a slaughter fest. They just couldn't. They didn't have no argument. They were trying to blame Sprint for something that HP was fully responsible, and they knew it. They just didn't have the guts to inform it. Pretty much of what Windows Phone Central has been doing in regards to the lack of Windows Phone 8 devices on CDMA carriers. Watch it, this goes back to Windows Phone 7. So what they're doing is nothing different. And also they're pretty much doing it with Sprint in regards to the not offering the BlackBerry Z10. It's a nice device, but it's still unproven in the US market. In the same way they should be in the same way they've been trolling on Sprint's page, they should be trolling on T-Mobile, because T-Mobile is not even offering the Q10. But they won't do it because we're not gonna bash up a GSM carrier. We're gonna bash the CDMA because we hate CDMA 2000 technology. We hate Qualcomm. We hate Verizon. We really despise Sprint, US Cellular, Metro PCS, Virgin Mobile USA, Buzz USA, and Telos, and all the regional CDMA carriers. It's ridiculous. And now, speaking about trolling, let's go to the last subject. To the sites and mobile nations, and to the anti-Sprint groups, and all these boycott groups, you all suck. You really do. And I'm gonna leave it at that. But what's one thing that has been bothering me? And I already let it know at the group during the weekend, and I'm gonna send a video so they get the person who's becoming the mall. I'm talking very serious. You better start listening to Rockwell's Somebody's Watching Me, because I've been watching you. I think I know who you are. And once I confirm that it's you, you're gonna go through hell, because I'm gonna make sure that you get banned from Facebook for your stupidity and for sinking to a whole new low in terms of trolling and allowing trolling and leaking stuff that you shouldn't be leaking. What's your problem with me? What's your problem with the regulars at the Sprint fan page? What's your problem with the regulars at the forums, at the community forums at Sprint? Do you have a beef with us because we're not allowing you to run amok? Or we have exposed you so many times because you probably are about to have your IP banned from Facebook permanently? You better start talking. I gave you a chance to come clean. It's been almost 48 hours and you still haven't come clean from the deadline. We know who you are. We are second down to a few people, but I got my eye on one or two people in particular, and you better start telling the truth right now, because I'm very, very upset. And I can make you cry like a lot worse than any troll that I have ever made cry. I do this for a living. I know how to make a troll cry. I've been doing this for over 15 years. You're not fooling me. Stop being an idiot. And with that, I'm going to end this blog, because if I keep going, I'm going to be using some offensive language. And I already have said one bad word, and I don't want to say it anymore. Thank you for watching. See you next time. It will be after the Mobile World Conference, to give some insight of the devices that we would like to see on Sprint, or perhaps some of the devices we would like to see in the US. Thank you for watching. See you next time.